In terms of disrespect to the Prophet ﷺ, I think it's really important to remember that the Prophet ﷺ, of all people, was the one that was slandered constantly, was attacked constantly. The most wretched things were said of him. And in Mecca, he completely just showed immense forbearance. There was no state. And so Muslims are obliged by law to obey the laws of the land. We do not believe in vigilante justice. And so, unfortunately, there's so much online. You just don't go online on these websites where the things that some people say about the Prophet ﷺ, there were 5 men that were called the mockers, kafaynak al-mustahzi'in, the Quran says. All of those people had terrible ends. They really did. So I would just leave these things to God. It's not our business. We're not in any power. What happened in France, I think it's horrible. I don't know why somebody would show high school students. I think they were high school students. But I don't know why anybody would do that. There are many ways to show freedom of speech. You don't have to show things that mock other people. If he showed, for instance, anti-Semitic drawings, there would have been an outrage. If he showed black drawings of black people caricatured like they used to caricature them, the horrible Jim Crow is called Jim Crow from a character called Jim Crow. And anybody that would promote that today would be seen as a racist and would be condemned. And so I think it's very important that we just recognize that these are very low people. And the Quran says, وَإِذَا خَاطَبَهُمُ الْجَاهِلُونَ قَالُوا سَلَامًا. وَعِبَادُ الرَّحْمَنِ الَّذِينَ يَمْشُونَ عَلَى الْأَرْضِ هَوْنًا وَإِذَا خَاطَبَهُمُ الْجَاهِلُونَ قَالُوا سَلَامًا. The servants of the merciful tread lightly on the earth. And when ignorant people speak to them, they just say peace. But look, there are cultures, I know just south of the border, there are cultures where, if you say something about somebody's mother, you're going to get in a fight with them. These are cultural that have nothing to do with Islam or anything. They're people who are very sensitive to certain things. We know that, I think there was a soccer player who, the Italian player knew exactly what to say to him. He was playing for the French team, and he said something about his sister, and he ended up headbutting him and got kicked out of the game. I think we need to read more Stoic tradition and look at the seerah of the Prophet ﷺ and how he dealt with these people. They attempted to denigrate the Prophet by calling somebody mudhammam, which is the opposite of Muhammad. And he, in the Sahih Hadith, the Prophet said, isn't it wondrous how Allah has diverted their tongues from me? They're talking about somebody named Mudhammam, and I'm Muhammad. So they're not even talking about me. These people aren't talking about Muhammad. They're talking about somebody named Muhammad, right? Or however they pronounce it. They're talking about somebody else. He's not our prophet. And anybody who says those are pictures of our prophet is a kafir. If you say those are pictures of our prophet, whoever they're denigrating, that's not the Prophet ﷺ. It's just somebody's imagination, and they put not Muhammad, mim ha mim dad. They just put whatever they put, M-O-H-A-M-E-D or something. That's not our Prophet ﷺ. In terms of Muslim countries, that's another matter, because they have state authority and they can prosecute people for doing those things. But here in these lands, we have to obey the law. That's the Sharia. If you go outside of the law, you're disobeying Allah and His Messenger. And it's as simple as that. But unfortunately, this is the time we're living in. Don't let people, that's what they want to do. They want to rile people up. Sun Tzu in The Art of War says, anger your enemies and send them into disarray.